Welcome everyone to the Feeling Good Therapist, where we'll learn different skills and tools to help with your private practice or your therapy practice or even in your personal life. Today we have Jennelle Ordillo, who will be helping us with the 5 secrets of communication, a tool created by Dr. David Burns. Welcome, Jennelle.
Yeah, so like what you were saying, we're going to be working on the 5 secrets of effective communication, and it's really good for relationships, any type of relationship, whether that be with a partner, a friend, a family member. Um, and, you know, we're going to be teaching that through a role play where you are going to be a patient and I'm going to be your therapist. And in this role play, you are going to be playing a husband who is in conflict with his wife, and you guys have this really had this really big disagreement, and we're going to work through that. So you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect. So yeah, Richard, I know that you've been struggling a lot with your wife, and I'm really glad that you're willing to give up blame, because I know that this relationship is really important to you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you the 5 secrets of effective communication, and it's going to help you get closer to your wife by communicating with her better, even in times when you're in high conflict. Is that something that you want to do?
Yeah, that sounds like it would be very useful.
Yeah, perfect. So there's 5 different steps that are a part of the 5 secrets. Obviously, 5 secrets, it's in the title. But the first one we're going to start off with is called the disarm technique. And it's always going to be a response to what your wife was saying or what the other person has been saying. And what's special about the disarm technique is that you have to find the grain of truth, um, no matter how small it is. And despite the fact that it might be painful, you have to agree with what the other person is saying. So, in the last argument that you had with your wife, the last thing that she said to you was, "You never help around. You never help around the house." What do you think you can say to her to disarm that statement?
Um, Well, I know it's not like true that I don't help around the house. I do help around the house quite a bit. It's hard to kind of find truth in that. Hmm.
Yeah. So what would be truthful in that statement? Like, what is she um maybe she's feeling like
Yeah,
you
I
haven't been
think
helping.
I think a big part of it, she does do a lot around the house, and I probably don't do as much because I'm kind of working quite a bit, but I think I could be doing more. So I guess that is the truth. I could be doing more to help out around the house.
So if you could be doing more than I think you have a perfect disarm to her statement of you never help around the house. So if she says that to you, what could you say to her as a disarm statement?
I can probably say something like, "You're right, I could be doing more to be helping around the house."
Beautiful.
Great. That sounds super useful to kind of use this arming technique. I can imagine if I used it, it'd be really hard for us to continue butting heads because we're kind of in an agreement now. So why or what other 5 secrets do we have?
So the next part is we move on to empathy. And empathy is separated into 2 different parts: thought empathy and feeling empathy. Thought empathy is literally you restating, if not paraphrasing, what your partner is saying to you, so that it demonstrates that you're actually listening to them and that you're hearing the words that are coming out of their mouth, right? And feeling empathy is your best guess or your best estimate on how your partner is feeling. The reason why we want to do this is because when you get it right and you inquire about how they're feeling, they feel validated, they feel understood, and there's no harm in getting it wrong, because when you get it wrong, you have an opportunity to learn more about them, and that builds closer connection. So going back to the statement that your wife had said, saying that you never help around the house, how would you use thought and feeling empathy in that?
I might say something like, it must be frustrating that you're doing so much around the house and I'm not doing as much as you.
Yeah. That would be yeah, you got the feeling empathy in there by saying that she was frustrated, and the thought empathy by saying that you haven't been helping around the house as much. That's great. So one more important thing that I wanted to express is that, we've been doing this in sort of segments, right? We've been splitting it up. And the way that it could be more powerful, or no, yeah, how it could be more powerful is if you sew it all together. So far we've learned what three skills, I should say.
I guess we have disarming, the thought empathy, and then the feeling empathy.
Beautiful. So when you do get into a conflict with your wife again, you can use those three skills, and you guys will have a much more fulfilling conversation to kind of sort out your conflict.
Yeah, that makes so much sense to kind of like weave it all together. So that way you're not just saying one statement over and over again.
Yeah. So now that we have these three skills, um, imagine that I'm playing the role of your wife, and I am saying, you never help around the house. How would you use those three techniques all sewn together?
I probably would say something like, you're right, I could be doing more around the house. And it must be really frustrating and really upsetting to you because you've been doing so much around the house and you're hoping that it'd help out a lot more.
Beautiful. That's great.
Wonderful. Let's pause there. This was a really awesome demonstration from Jennelle to show us the first part of the 5 secrets of communication. And we'll go into the other portions of it at a later video. If you want to learn more about Jennelle, you can find more information about her in the descriptions below. If you're looking to subscribe, feel free to do so. You can enjoy more of the content that we're providing here, including future videos on the 5 secrets of communication. Thank you, everyone. Bye.